second talk in this room about two topics at once. We had a topic about testing and defibrillators, AEDs, and now we will have talk about LEGO building techniques and testing. So welcome, Wim Demey, and stage is yours.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for having me, and I have some good news for you. I have 2 Lego boxes, and you can win them, so please stay in the room up to the end of the presentation. So it will be yours. Okay, it's my honor to be here. I think it's the 4th of the 5th time I'm at the Testuare, so I love it. It's a very nice location. And we will talk about Lego. But first, a few words about me. I'm from Belgium. I work and live in Belgium, and I'm living in the very beautiful city of Antwerp. And so that's here. I'm living here. And maybe you are wondering, what are these numbers? Maybe someone has an idea? It are the drugs-related incidents over the last 4 years in that area. And incidents, I mean not just selling drugs, it's shootings, it's throwing grenades, bomb explosions, homejackings, carjackings. But I'm still safe, and I love to live over there. 26, that's apparently not my age. I hoped it was, but it's apparently not. It's my the number of years I'm working in testing. And I stepped into testing more by accident, because initially I studied a Master of Criminology, and my dream was to hunt for criminals. But apparently now, still after 26 years, I'm now hunting behind bugs, which is even interesting. This talk, I will warn you, I will do some very personal confessions. So I always warn the public and the audience, because so I hope you are ready for it. Don't be shocked. And ready for the first confession? It is not connected to the map. It's not connected to the map. Okay, first confession. I'm an AFOL. Does someone know what means AFOL? Yes, exactly. I'm an adult fan of Lego. Are there any AFOLs in the room? Okay, yeah. And now my children, they learned me, then you have to show the sign of the heart to the audience. So thanks. And may I ask you, how's your life as being an AFOL? Easy peasy? Hard? Expensive, yeah. I recognize this, but I can tell you, my life as an AFOL is very tough for 2 reasons. First reason is the Friday lunch syndrome. You know that? It goes like this. Friday, you go out with the colleagues to take a lunch, and all the plans for the weekend are discussed. And it goes from setting a tattoo, to playing football, to renovating the house. And then it comes to me, and my colleague says, "Hey, Wim, what are your plans for the weekend?" I will play with Lego. And then silence. I see colleagues thinking, "Oh my God, I thought that nerdiness was only existing in IT, but that's the superior kind of nerdiness." Okay, and then you hear some comments here. That looks nice, isn't it? But for many years, I was quite a bit of shy to tell about my hobby. and to say, yes, I'm an adult fan of Lego. I play with Lego. But today, I'm really proud, and I hope the AFOs in the room that you are proud to say, yes, I'm an AFO. And the second reason why my life as an AFO is hard is this one. What you see here are today the actual teams in which Lego produces building sets. I think it's 40, 45 teams. And when I started back with Lego, I was thinking this was really FOMO. What should I try? Should I try with Lego City? Should I try again with Lego Technique? Duplo? No, Duplo. Let's skip it. That's too childish. But that is a nightmare for an AFO to choose in which team you will further evolve. But finally, I found my thing, and that's what we called microscaling. So I tried to build existing buildings into Lego, and the picture on the left, that's the Lego one. Eh? So if you don't recognize, I hope you see that this is the Lego one. But that's the thing I do with Lego. And let's look how my Lego heartbeat was pumping since I was born. And that's my Lego heartbeat. So I was born in the beginning of the 70s, yes, previous age. And of course, as long as I put bricks in my mouth, my parents kept me away from Lego. And I'm thanking my parents that they did that. And the first really boost was during my childhood. And in my memories, I had only one toy, Lego. And I played for hours and hours, building scenes, thieves, police, construction sites, all those things. And it was even so hard on the playground. There were two clans. Either you was belonging to the Lego clan, either you belong to the Playmobil clan. Are there any Playmobil fans in the room? Don't be shy. Okay, my sincere condolences. I hope. Okay. Okay, and it's a joke. But of course, when I became a teenager, I detected that there are other interesting things outside Lego. You start going out, meeting friends, girlfriends, and that was more interesting than playing with Lego at the time. And then I stopped. For many years, I think in a medical context, here I'm kind of clinical dead, something like that, no heartbeat at all. And then it pumped up 4 years ago during COVID. And here I have some discussions with my wife. According to her, you are in your midlife crisis. I said, no, I was looking for something interesting to do during COVID. So we had some discussions. A funny anecdote, my wife told me, whenever you come in your midlife crisis, you can do whatever you do except two things. Don't marry someone else. That's still chick in the box. And don't buy a motorbike. Because she said, you are too scary for a motorbike. It will be your death. And I said, no, I won't buy a bike up to last year. I bought a bike. And I remember that evening when I went back to home with heavy shoes and thinking, how will I explain to my wife that I bought a motorbike? And I said, please sit down. I bought it. What did you bought it? I bought a bike. And I said, no, I bought a famous Technic bike. This is released in the 1979, and this was really quite advanced for Lego because it was the first kind of technique with some engine stuff like. So I said, I need to buy this motorbike, of course. Okay, but then if we go back to my heartbeat, for about 30 years, I didn't touch Lego, which is kind of remarkable because I have a twin. They had some Lego, but they didn't play with it like I did when I was a child. So I thought there must be something special, magic, because why do I go back to Lego in COVID? Maybe I could start with Playmobil or other things. And then I looked up the values of Lego. So these are the official brand values of Lego. I won't go into the details, but when I just looked to the titles, and then I could say, yes, that are the values that appeal to me in my personal life and in my professional life. So now I understand why there is something really magic behind Lego, and I took back Lego during COVID. But of course, we are not only here to talk about Lego, I'm here to talk also about another passion, software testing. So I was curious, how are the values of Lego appealing or applicable on the skills you need as a software tester? So let's do the exercise. Imagination, yes. Never assume as a tester. You know the famous phrase, what happens if you assume? Sorry for the dirty words, it makes an ass of you and me. So as a tester, never assume. Fun, yes, testing is fun. Yeah, even if they told you, yeah, testing, that's for people who don't know what to do with their lives, who studied everything except IT, who even, if I have to explain to my mother, what are you testing, she always asks, are you then testing printing? Yes, Mom, I'm testing printing. Are you testing Office, Word, Excel? Yes, Mom. Okay, to keep it simple, but it's much more than that. Just think of the last bug you prevent for going in production, the complicated automation performance script you succeed. That's fun. Testing is fun. Caring, yes. As a tester, we need to care. We need to show empathy. We need to think, how can I nicely tell the developer that his code is completely crap? That's exactly caring, what we need to do as a tester. Creativity. I've seen in the 26 years, I've seen a lot of evolution, so you need to keep up with all those new evolutions, which is not always easy to do. Learning, new insights, thinking, exploratory testing, all those things. And last but not least, quality. That's our DNA as a tester. We should, maybe top priority as a skill of a tester is care about quality. So then we can say, okay, let's do this kind of logic. I carry the values of Lego. Lego carries the values of software testing. So by default, I care the values of software testing. Meaning, if I consider myself as a good Lego builder on the level of a Lego master, by default, I'm the best tester. So then, yeah, okay. So that's the talk, we can go home. No. No. Because this is this foolish kind of logic. And the reason why this is not true is this thing. Tester's fatigue. You know the word fatigue? So fatigue, it's often used in a more material context. Think of a metal fatigue, which can become dangerous over time. And yes, so, second confession of today, from time to time, I'm suffering from heavy tester's fatigue. And there are two signs for me when I'm coming in this kind of period. First thing is become blindness, become less accurate. And it's typically in when you need to draft a strategy, a test plan, you just copy-paste. You just even take from other projects, other customers without looking, is this relevant? Nope, here is a test plan. You send it through and that's it. Second thing is I become less productive, a bit bored, thinking of, is this it? Maybe I should really hunt for criminals instead of hunting for bugs. So really, less morality to show the best of you every day. And then I told him, you can do two things. You can accept this, and you can say, okay, as working as a consultant, customer is paying me, so I don't care. Even if I'm just sitting 8 hours behind my desk without being very productive, I don't care. But that's not me. So I said I need to find a way to overcome, to deal with this tester's fatigue. To give, just like you have paid here tickets for the conference, you may expect that every presenter give the best presentation, the best performance he or she can. And that's where LEGO comes back into the game. And by playing a lot with LEGO, I found some ways to deal with specific challenges I had in testing. And I will explain 3 kind of examples. But first, this figure, please, if you should take any picture, please take a picture of this one. This is the ISTQB of LEGO. The AFOs will know, and hopefully you recognize this picture. This is all the dimensions of a brick. A small ISTQB test, and think you can win the prize at the end. How do we call this round thing on top? Okay, you make a good chance. Indeed, never say to LEGO fan, yeah, that stupid round thing. No, it's a stud. And we express buildings in its X studs long, wide, it's X talls, high. That's the glossary we use. And I hope there are no ICQB fans in the room, but I need just one picture to explain you the whole ICQB of LEGO. And in LEGO, we distinguish several kinds of building techniques. The first one is what we call basic building. And that was exactly how LEGO was brought their sets in the market. Just you stack one brick on top of the other. But then people start becoming creative and thinking, yeah, but what happens if I use the bricks in another way? If I don't just stack them one up on the other? That's what we call advanced building. An advanced building, that's any kind of technique which is not in the official leaflets of a building set. And of course, if you compare the building sets, the official sets of LEGO today, compared with 20, 30 years ago, now you see that those official sets integrate all kinds of advanced building techniques. And the last one is what we called illegal building. And that's any technique that put the bricks under stress. So with Lego, you can create circular forms which put the bricks under stress. But for Lego, that's illegal because over time, the bricks can start cracking. So let's look to one of those advanced techniques. And this is what we called the SNOT technique. Studs not on top. And a funny anecdote, in Belgium and Dutch, SNOT, that's something dirty. That's what's run out of your nose when you're have a cough. So, and you see here, by just using bricks in another way, that you can create totally other forms. Like here, by using this piece, you can create a kind of a stair. By using this piece, you can create a kind of a circular form. So that's an example of advanced building. How does this relate to testing? I'm trained with this blue book. Who knows this book? Yeah. This was, in those days, I think it was 300 pages thick book. And we really came in at the customer and we said, testing will be done like this, bam! No choice, it will be from A to Z, we will test like this. And in those days, it was very easy because we worked only in waterfall projects. So it was according to the V model. So that's for me, basic testing, basic building. But then, as you know, I'm already for 26 years in testing. I've seen a lot of evolution. And from time to time, I had really a headache of thinking, oh my God, what are they doing? What is this about? They start with microservices. They start about contract testing, chaos testing. And I had several moments that I thought, oh my God, Wim, you cannot follow. It goes too fast. Where is my blue tick Bible? Where is my famous V model? It's all gone. And where do I need to place all those testing things? And then I took a step back and I thought, okay, wait. Because in the end, even in microservices, you have some main basic building blocks that remains. You still need to think about the strategy. You still need to think about the plan to prepare your test data. Even if you have this kind of microservices architecture, that are the remaining blocks, or that are the basic building blocks. And so I call it more, for me, okay, maybe you cannot apply your tick Bible from A to Z. Now it's the time that you need to be selective and to think, okay, which info is useful, I can use this. And it gives me more be more reluctant to keep up and to deal with new technologies, new kinds of testing. So for me, I call it more adapted testing. A second example is GBC. The Lego fans, someone familiar with the GBC modules in Lego? It's called the Great Ball Contraption. And in fact, it's based on the Rube Goldberg machine. And Rube Goldberg was a person who invented kind of funny machines to let move things in the most inefficient way. So like you see, this is only just one of the examples. And it's an exercise that is done a lot in schools with children to stimulate creativity. And in Lego, this is how such a GBC module looks like. And if you are not yet fan of GBC, I can really recommend you to look up this Japanese Lego builder Akiyuki. This guy has fantastic GBC modules with all kind of movements, up, down, all kind of colors, very beautiful. And now I will show you an extract of a video. It's taken out of a LEGO exposition, I think 4 years ago, about GBC. The video is about 2 minutes, and you will see some text passing by. And I will ask you, look very carefully to this GBC thing and think about is there something remarkable? Okay. Is there something remarkable that you think, that's kind of a strange thing? Sorry? Yeah, indeed. It was built by 7 different people who never met before. So it's not that those people sit together for weeks and just think at such an event, you come, you bring your module, you put it in a chain, and that's it. When I saw this, I was thinking to the way how I do integration testing in my project. For me, this is the integration Valhalla. Can you imagine, first I'm right, you put all the stuff together, and then we start test, first I'm right. Well, in my cases, it doesn't happen like this. And like I said, those chains, they run for the whole exposition without any flaw. And I thought, what is the magic behind that this can work? Because you don't know which kind of module people will bring, but it works. It's very simple. It's the GBC standard. Another thing for your ICQB LEGO examination. The GBC standard, it's officially displayed on a website, 2 pages. And here you see that are the criteria. And it's very simple. You have an input tray at a certain height. You have an output tray. The balls need always to pass from left to right and need to be able to process in the batch. But between the input and the output, the colors you use, the length, if you first move up the balls, then let down, circle around, we don't care. It can be something built around, it's just all these simple criteria. And I think that's our entry and exit criteria from testing. And in my tester's fatigue, I stopped. I'm fed up by defining all those criteria. And then it goes like this. You start, okay, after 3 days, you are stuck in the mud. Okay, let's try again. Okay, and then for 4 days, and you burn the money, you burn the resources, you burn the time. by just what at a certain moment, I stopped even by mentioning the criteria, because in the beginning, I just copy-paste them from other projects. You know, this 2 pages long list of entry and exit criteria, and then you ask the business, can you review it? No time to look at it. We need to test. And then I thought, okay, let's do it in a different way. Let's use the GBC standard mindset. And now I apply 2 criteria. KISS, keep it simple, stupid, keep it simple and short, and OMDB, over my dead body. Meaning, today, when I draft a plan, I only mention criteria 2, max 3, but that are the ones that are not negotiable. And I'm not that flexible because in the past, then limbo-wise, you say, okay, here is a bar, but okay, we will go under the bar for you because you want to start testing today. I speak with the business and I say, look, I understand there is a time pressure, but let's agree on what are really the basic things to respect and to agree upon. If those criteria are not met, we don't start, or we cannot say that this phase is completed. So that's a second example how I use the idea of the GBC standard to deal with entry and exit criteria. And last example is test reports. This is the kind of test reports I make in my project. I don't know how your reports look like, if they are similar, but I'm kind of proud on it. You have figures, you have colors, you have some short explanation, and at least I thought this was the good thing, but I realized, or I got the frustration that even I put a lot of effort in all those testing reports, dashboards, you come in and go meetings and people don't even look at it. Or the other reaction, they start discussing every single little figure. Why this? Why that? Why this color? Why that? So a lot of frustrations. And here again, LEGO to the rescue. I will do a mental exercise with you. We will build something together, each of you. So please open your mindset. Start grabbing in your virtual box of LEGO. And I will give you the instructions. So we start from the same base, which is 9 studs on 9 studs and 7 bricks tall. So you have to build upon this plate. We will build a control room of a factory. So think of how can a control room look like. And somehow I need to see in your build that there is something dangerous. So it can be a control room for something nuclear, radiation. So think of, okay, what should I put in? It should express the colors of such a room, of a factory. Even if I see your build, maybe I should be able to smell the factory. Everyone has something built. And here on the top, you need to build a little control desk, because of course in your control room maybe you have some instruments that you need to control, so you had to think about a control desk. Everyone ready with his build? Yeah, okay, keep it in mind. I did the same at home. So that's what I built. Does your build look like this? Oh no. Oosh. Is your build looking much better, nicer? Yeah, be honest. Eh? No? Yes? Ah, gosh. I thought, yeah, I have my control desk. This is a typical colors. So to say, hey, dangerous thing, big thing can be, a gas tank or something else. Well, to admit, when I present that to my wife, I say, look what I have in mind. And she said, that's your final version? I say, yes, why? Wow. Maybe take some rest, put it back for 2 days, and then look back. Okay. And that's where I applied the greebling technique in Lego. Greebling technique, that's a way to add bricks which enhance the visual interest of your buildings without adding functionality. So go back to your virtual build and think of enhancing it. So now you have seen you can do much better than that. I agree. No hard feelings if you say this is shit. I did the same, and it looks now like this. And better? Thumbs up? Yeah. Now I'm a bit more proud because now you really see this dangerous thing, the red phone, because I make always association, something red with nuclear thing. Here you see really the pipes. You see really it looks like something heavy that you have to turn. So it gives really more details, and you can nearly feel what kind of control room it should be. And then I thought, okay, let's go back to my test reports. And I started with 3 kind of experiments. The first one, what is called the mood board. So no figures anymore. We just list the main modules of the system. Can be a module in a system or a system on itself. Per module, we list the 3 main topics that are relevant for that one. And we show only colors. And with the mood, we show directly what is the status of this module. And the business happiness index, it was something we start collecting the feedback after every release into production. And even it's kind of subjective, it gives a good idea, okay, in that period we have really some hard times after release, some issues went into production. So that's one thing that I tried on a project. The second thing is, I call it a quadrant question. And I thought, in those go-no-go meetings, what is really the thing that interests the stakeholders? And that's the money. So I made my question very explicit. How do you plan to spend your money to testing? And the first time I tried this, I got some remarks after from the business that I was kind of rude to say, hey, how dare you to make and to ask those questions? And in each quadrant, you put some words, but again, very explicit. And a lot of the stakeholders were directly looking to the quadrant way too much. They say, hey, what are you still doing on this project? Are you still testing? I say, yes, because the dots that are representing projects, I say, yes, we are still testing, but maybe now it's time to shift money, resources to another project. But finally, what I got was a real discussion with the business, not about the hard numbers, but about priorities, shifting, and taking together decision based on risk. And the last one is personalize, which is just based on using personas in an analysis. So often behavior are described based from a role in a system. And this is an example where we just use the traffic colors to indicate, okay, if we need to release the system for this kind of roles, for the Justin, that's okay. For Mark, okay. And in one example, we decided to go into production because the features and the functionalities that this persona was using were only used by the end of the quarter. So there was still some time to improve and to work on some outstanding issues. And for those, okay, it was clear. And if you work with feature flagging, that's a way you can release specific features in production. And this brings me to the end of my presentation. And maybe the main message is not about testing, it's about your passions. It's about being passionate. Being passionate and look for your point of fatigue. Don't run away from it, because life can be hard, can be tough. Accept it and try to see what can help me over this point of fatigue. And this can be your hobbies. This can be skills that you mastered in a total other way of what you are doing in private of professional life. And last thing what helped me is stay wondered. Even if you see very simple things like this whole GBC stuff, think about what is the magic behind. Is there a magic, or is it just something simple? Learn from that and take it with you in your professional moments of private moments of fatigue. Thank you.